do you call a sad strawberry?
I don't know.
A blueberry. Why shouldn't you tell a taco a secret?
I don't know.
They tend to spill the beans.
Hello, this is Don.
And this is Gina with Focused Healthy Family, and it's time for another Tuesday tip.
Today, our tip is from Norman Vincent Peale, who wrote the book on positive thinking. And I am all in on the positive thoughts and affirmation. What I encourage people to do is to pay attention when thinking positive or doing positive affirmations. Is there resistance or negative back talk going on in their mind? When I was in sales many years ago, I was taught to stand in front of a mirror and do positive affirmation. Unfortunately, I had my little negative munchkin on my shoulders, reminding me about the sale I screwed up last week, or that I was not good enough to do the work, or I wasn't smart enough to make it in sales. This wrecked my self-esteem and self-confidence and just about killed my ability to sell. So it's important to recognize the self-talk, and if it isn't working for you, accept the message and work through it. That that was the part from Norman Vincent Peale was just about positive thinking. The rest of it was what I work with my patients and clients with is, I always talk about, I love positive. I love affirmations, like I said, when in sales, we used to be taught to stand in front of a mirror and I'm going to make $1 million or whatever the statement was. But I found so much of the time it was being chewed up by this negative back talk or self talk. And I find it with my clients too, and so I really want to work on the negative first.
I'm dealing with some back talk right now.
Yeah,
Everything you say, I'm hearing twice.
yeah. So we're so close. So we're still working out the
Trying
details of this.
to use new headphones. So yeah, the negative back talk that that happens when we say we set out with intentions to do things and we hear these messages of no you can't, not you really think you can do that. You hear negative messages wherever they're coming from.
Yeah, and that's what stops us. That's what keeps us from progressing forward. I mean, even when I started in my own practice and doing the work, I remember I had all kinds of grand ideas about what I wanted to do and how I was gonna change the world, almost in a way. And all these negative thoughts come in. I'm not smart enough, don't have the money or whatever. And it almost stopped me from getting into practice. So I think excuse me, it's important to work through those things versus just pushing them away.
And that's where I know EFT is so helpful, even though,
Yeah,
or as you're tapping through something, because you can tap up the positive just as well as you can tap what's going on and pulling out those negative, is when you hear that resistance is to tap through it. Okay, I'm going to take a walk today. I'm going to set my goals, and there's part of me going, yeah, right. No, you're not. You say that and you don't do it. So, even though I'm having these negative messages telling me I can't do these things or I won't follow through, that my history shows that I haven't been following through, even though I'm hearing those messages, I still completely and totally love and accept myself. And I'm tapping my hand on my side
karate
of my
pop.
hand as I'm talking through that. It's a tapping point. So recognizing when you have those voices.
Yeah. And working through it instead of pushing it down. Because I say it's pushing a balloon underwater, basically, for those thoughts to just keep coming back up and coming back up.
I worked today with my EFT coach, who I work with one-on-one, and talked about looking at what I call saboteurs, the judge, those parts of us that give us that negative talk, and to even give them a voice and give them a name. Like, okay, Judge Judy, I hear you. You're criticizing this and you're judging me on this. Go ahead. What do you have to say? And giving a voice to that, letting it be heard. You have to realize, okay, this is thoughts I'm having. This is a part of me and what's going on. let's let it be heard. And then, like you said, you have to recognize that before you can move on from that.
So that's the thoughts for today for the Tuesday tips. We hope that you've enjoyed it. We, hope that you can pass it along to others, that other parents, other people that might need that uplifting thoughts. And you can check out more about us. We have our Thursday full podcast. You can check us out at focushealthyfamilypodcast.com or any of the platforms that you can find podcasts on. You can find out more about our workshops and the different work that Gina and I do by going to Focus Healthy Family.
And remember, how you speak to your kids today shapes their future and yours.